Well, hello and welcome to IRL Preseason 1, and it's F1 today. It's not the biggest grid today, unfortunately, but there is a few people who weren't able to make it. For this race, I will be your host, C3. I will be joined by Jared Fosbury.
Hello guys, welcome to the stream.
And we do have the we have the sound glitch.
What, do you have no... I have sound.
I don't.
Press pause and unpause it, that should fix it.
I did. Well, you learn something every day. So, well, I was just talking through what's happening then, as it is a preseason, which we will be looking at everyone who's here to see how their laps is and to see pretty much if they're all where they should be. And Jack has just left. He should be able to join back though.
Yeah.
And because of that, it is no damage on today, to make sure that people don't get the race ruined on lap 1 or something like that. It's also... well, that is pretty much the only rule change. Except for that, it's a short quali with a 50% race as usual. And so far, nobody set a lap, but
Reed Kelly is the first one to start a lap.
well, we have our eyes on Leon Bentley at the moment, as he's one of the new drivers for this season. It'll be interesting to see what he can do. Obviously, TTG Jack, that would be Jack Hall for you. Last season's winner as he rejoins back. And title defender, so he is pretty much the target this season. And there's a few guys here today that I think could be able to challenge him. Obviously, there is other drivers who isn't here today too, such as that should be Nino standing sideways after P1.
This Game Freak has lost control of the car.
Well, there is a lot of people doing that. But yeah, as I was saying, there are drivers not here today who will most likely also be fighting for the title. But out of the drivers here today, I think the biggest names would be Jack, obviously. As we see Brand do a 43 flat right now, and we will have Leon over the line in just a few moments doing a 43.5, so he's second place so far, but a little behind.
Yeah, I believe that was a banker there from Leon. I know he's a bit quicker than Brandon at this track. He's helped me out also with this track. I believe he could go in the 42s, low 42s, 42.8s, 42.6s, even 42.4s. You never know. Time trial and the multiplayer on this track, for some reason, the multiplayer is a lot faster, so we'll wait and see what Leon can do. As we can see, Mark's not done a represent line time. 2 minutes 16. He's another guy who can challenge Jack, definitely, is Mark. He's a very quick driver. He's been close with Matthew at certain tracks. But Matthew this year is full no assists now, so more of a challenge for him.
So he's a little more human, basically.
Yeah,
he's beatable, but with the grid we have, I still think he's the quickest driver on the grid. So it will be interesting to see who will challenge him the most. Mark, as you mentioned, is definitely one of the people I can see taking that challenge. Jack, obviously, as the title defender, should be up there once again. We have a few dark horses, you can say too, in drivers like Nick and Lewis Marshall, who shown good pace on this game already. So be interesting to see what they can do.
Yeah, I think Lewis has improved more from last season, as last season he didn't really have the best of seasons, and I've raced with Lewis and he's a lot faster, which is good to see, you know. It's good to see someone improve and everything, especially like Nino Romanello and Lee Kelly, since they were in F2 last season. Unfortunately, they weren't title contenders in the F2 season, but now they're in F1, and they're pretty quick right now, so let's see what those two can do, as we already seen Lee do 43.8. So they're going to be the underdogs this season, but you never know, an underdog can win, so we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. But no, I believe Lewis and Nick are going to do well this season. I think they're going to have a calm and relaxed season, in my opinion.
Calm and relaxed, that is some interesting words you chose there.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, when it comes to the drivers I see fighting for the championship, there is a little pace difference between them all, but when it comes down to it, I think consistency is what will be needed to win it, and Jack definitely showed last season that he will be able to have the consistency he needs. He was dominant and he rarely did mistakes. I haven't seen him drive that much on this game yet, but I can't imagine that it's changed a lot for him, so I definitely think he'll be up there. Another driver who isn't here today, that would be Matthew Alder, who actually missed out on a chance of the title in Season 4 2 seasons ago before Jack won it, losing it to Felix Negwer, another driver who was not able to attend today. So these are also two drivers that should be mentioned. Felix, he's always shown consistency. He lacks in pace, he does. He will not be able to challenge the drivers like Matthew and Jack on raw pace, as we see that Jack has gone with a 43 flat and gone first so far.
It's a good lap there from Jack.
But
I still think he can improve.
Felix always has the consistency and he's always able to mix himself up there.
Yeah, Matthew, Felix has got the pace where it matters.
Well, it's pretty simple actually. Matthew probably threw away his championship in Season 4 in China, I believe it was, when he kind of fancied a battle instead of just getting more points that race. So he fancied a battle with Felix and Cameron Weston Edwards, I believe it was. So I think that's where he could have actually made sure that he wouldn't have lost the championship in the end, but he's back and he has his chance at revenge to get his title.
Well, yeah, interesting to note that Jack and Matthew Alder have got a very intense rivalry. In other leagues I've seen, it's always them two battling at the top, so and it's usually been Jack who's won it now and then, but Matthew can pull something out of the bag when he wants to, so I wonder who's going to win it this season.
I think I will have to correct you there, that it's usually been Matthew that's come ahead. But Jack has certainly been up there. As we see that René van der Stapp, that is the Torosso of Gamer Freak right now, has done a 45.4. He doesn't seem like... He seems like he might be struggling a little. Lewis Marshall in his racing point also seems like he hasn't really gotten a good lap in yet with a 45.4.
I think those two might have spun to the tricky double left-hander, the fast one, because he did lose it there like a few minutes ago, as there's only 6 minutes and 30 seconds in the session. So
I doubt that they've spun, but they probably made some mistakes on their laps. As we can see that Chaos, he probably has spun on his lap, as he has done it for a 57.6.
Yeah, definitely. As Nino is currently the only one who hasn't set a lap right now, but he is on a lap.
But right now it is, well, Brandon is going into the pit again, so no need to be watching him right now.
Fast left-hander. Perfect line there from Nino.
This Renault is also another driver I will say is kind of a dark horse, maybe not for the championship title, but for the title fight. Yeah, Cameron. He has shown great pace recently, and I don't think he'll be able to fight for the title, but I think he'll be able to be up there and like be right behind the drivers actually fighting for it. So, but it will be interesting.
Here comes Nino up to the bus stop chicane. Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one. Cameron has got the pace, not as Matthew and Jack, of course, but he has got the pace. But he cracks under pressure sometimes. I've seen him where he races, and it's unfortunate because he's improved a lot since I've known him for a few years. So he used to be full assists, and he's almost completely no assists, I believe now. And the guy's quick. Even I can't challenge him now. I used to be able to beat him, but now he's just too quick.
I will have to say though, interesting that you actually mentioned that he might crack under pressure, because that is not the feeling I've gotten from Cameron. He's like, I remember especially the last race of the summer season when they were at Brazil, he was standing the wrong way around on lap 1, ended up winning in the end. So
yeah, you got to give him that.
Pressure, I'm not so sure about that.
Well, a few races I've seen him in, he's had a few unlucky scenarios, but let's hope that doesn't affect him for this season. I believe he could probably get 5th in the championship this season. If he could surprise us and win the championship, we never know. You know, it was a surprise last year for F2 where a person who was almost a second slower than his teammate, a guy who then beat a teammate, so in the championship. But we'll have to wait and see what Cameron can do. See if he can get more consistent with his finishing. So we can see he's weaving a little bit down there straight.
Sure do. And then there's 2 drivers there who will obviously be interesting to see how it carries out the season, and that is Nino Romanello and Lee Kelly, as they are both drivers who's been moved up from F2, not even winning the championship as you claimed that in the end.
Yes.
But they have shown tremendous amount of progress with their driving and especially their pace, and now, well, it's easy to say that they've surpassed the both of us. As Nino, I'm not sure if he might have blocked Nick there or if Nick was on an in-lap anyway. But they both show tremendous progress in the racing, and with that has been given the opportunity to be racing in F1, and I am very excited to see how well they will be doing. Actually, we both know that they aren't perfect. They do have a tendency to, well, bottle it. Both of them.
Yeah,
we also do know that Lee, for his case, has improved his quali pace extremely much. He's also improved his race pace, but his quali pace is his big strength at the moment, and it's gonna be, yeah, it's hard to actually put these down as where they will be able to put themselves in the championship, as Brand is slightly up on his time, I think.
Oh, that could have been an invalidation. He's only 500s up. But no, yeah, I can agree with Nino and Lee improving a lot. Nino's alright in quali, but he's better in the race, even though he can bottle it. And Lee, as you said, he's excellent in quali. He can somehow get a lap perfect. But in the race, sometimes he can make mistakes and it can ruin his race, as you saw in the summer season. Definitely. He made a few mistakes, what costed him the championship for that, and Tim won that in the end. But no, I believe they could probably finish top 10, probably 8th the most. It depends.
And I'm gonna cut you off there.
9.
Exactly, the first driver down in the 42s right now, but we can't forget though that everybody else is on their out lap except for Nick. I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like he will be doing an under lap.
Oh no, Nick is on an out lap, but I don't believe he's got enough time. There's only a minute of the session, but we'll have to see if he cuts in
He's
corners.
gonna have to cut some corners. Shall we see? Well, it looks like Jack might be
on a lap. Yeah, he's
looks
about to
like
start a lap now.
actually Rene will be the first one, so we'll follow the Toro Rosso for now.
Game. Yep.
I see he's coming down the camel
names.
straight, and just for I see that you have that you are in the chat, Tyler, and just so you know, we will be doing a tribute for the F2 driver that has just passed away, Antoine Hubert. I am not sure how to pronounce that name, but those news arrived right before they started, and it is really sad when something like that happens. And because of that, after quali we will be having a minute of silence to pay our respects. So it is coming, Tyler.
Yeah, don't worry. The guy was a great F2 driver, and it's unfortunately, as what has happened, it's just a shame. It shouldn't have happened, but yeah, that's why some of the, as you guys noticed, on certain drivers they have black helmets for tribute. Also, we're doing a tribute thing for F2 and F3 tomorrow as well. And also, I believe other leagues will be doing the same. So it's very unfortunate that what has happened.
And Rene has just passed the line to do a 44.9, so it looks like he might be struggling a little here.
True.
Jack, on the other hand, is coming around the last corner now to do his last lap.
1:42.7. What a nice lap. What a lap. See what Lee Kelly does, because Lee Kelly's also actually 3/10 off his lap, so Lee could actually beat Brandon right now. Lee is up on his lap. He's out of ERS. This is what he needs to manage more, is his ERS. He just leaves it in 5, and he doesn't. Wow, he beats Brand, splits the Mercs.
Barely.
42.9. That's not bad from Lee. Lee's already challenging Bran already as.
Ooh, and I believe Mark has just put himself in 3rd. Leon's put himself in 5th. Nino should be coming to the bus stop right about now.
As Cameron is over a 10th on his lap right now. I believe it could be 2/10. So Cameron actually could beat Leon here.
And Nino is not improving. Cameron on the other hand, coming around the last corner.
It's going to be 1:42.9, also in the 9s. Great lap there from Cameron. He gets 5th.
And Mark saying he'll take that considering he hit the track. Well, with that then, our grid is Jack Hoyle ahead of Lee Kelly, Mark Espy, Brandon Glover, Cameron Young, Liam Bentley, Nino Romanello, Lewis Marshall, Tyler Rhodes, Nicholas. Oh, and I've forgotten Chaos. Rene in 12th, and my memory, Dylan Day. There you have it. So that is our grid for today, and with that we are gonna be doing a minute of silence from now. Yep. that we are then heading to the formation lap. Yeah, are you seeing
I
the
think
same
the
as me?
lobbies. Yeah, I'm just in the pit lane. I think we have the same glitch as yesterday when we were messing about in Singapore. We may need a restart. Do you want me to say, yeah, these lot are not getting off the grid. It's the same glitch. Do you want me to declare restart in chat?
It looks like we will have to do that, yeah.
And Jay will be joining, I believe. Okay, I will just get a lobby open now. Actually, I will. Oh no, this might actually end the stream because the only way we can back out is press the PS button. Or can you
I
join
know.
through invite? You might be able to join through invite, so we'll try invite
Be.
first and then.
Yeah, when
Yeah,
you
apologies,
left
guys.
now.
I don't understand why this happened yesterday and it was weird.
You know, this is a glitch I haven't seen before the recent patch.
Well, hopefully they can get it fixed, because it isn't.
Well, hopefully, yeah.
Downside is though, with Codemasters, they always fix one bug and then another one comes up.
Oh yes. Well, let me know when you've sent me an invite.
Yeah, just creating it now.
And also just start sending invites to the drivers who were here.
So I'll just get the track as Belgium, and it's just 50% race, right? Yeah, 50%.
You can send
no
me an invite first and then I'll fix that.
Ah, yeah. There you go.
I'll be sending invites out straight away then.
Okay, what about the grid? Are we having it random or?
Nah, you gotta have to set it up.
Okay.
Yeah. Also got me a few invites out already.
We need 3 more, so who needs invite? 2 more.
I believe it's only one, yeah, 2 more. Well, who have we missed them?
It's only 11.
He's there, yeah.
Tiz, Leroy is here.
Yeah.
Mark SB is not, so he needs inviting. Brandon, is Brandon in?
Yep.
Okay, is Toxic as Cameron?
Yep.
Leon?
Yep.
Nino I know is here. Lewis Marshall?
Yeah.
Tyler Rhodes?
Yeah.
Nick?
Nick's missing.
Alright, that's the other guy then.
And the final two, Chaos, I forgot what his name was. And what was the other freak's name again?
Rennie.
I'll set them in anyway.
Right, we've got 12, we should have 30, well,
You can
14
start to
I
set
believe
up
now.
the grid.
Yeah, I don't know. So grid editor, so Jack, where was Jack?
Jack was in first.
Yeah, Jack was in first. Second was Lee Kelly.
Yeah.
Third was Mark. Mark is now in. As fourth was Brandon. Where is Brandon? Where's Brandon? Fourth. Fifth was Cameron. Sixth Leon. Seventh Nino. Eighth Lewis Marshall.
Yeah.
Eighth Lewis Marshall. Ninth is Tyler Rhodes. And that is no wait, hang on a minute. Nick, yeah, Jay's last. Game of Freak. There we go. That is it set.
And weather overcast.
Changes. Overcast. Okay, okay. Just make sure it's all set. Yep, everything looks good to go. So I'll just tell everyone to go again and chat.
Yeah, then. And then we are just waiting on the drivers to ready up. And hopefully there won't be a glitch this time.
Yeah.
But are we in that much luck though?
No. Once we had in Britain, I believe in F2, we had 3 restarts because of a glitch. So, sorry about the delay, guys. Oh, I think it's done it again.
What?
I think it's done it again.
Oh, you got to be joking.
No, I'm not. I think it's done it again. I don't know why it's doing this.
Why do you think it?
I said I don't know why. Hang on. No, it's started now. You ain't even logged in yet. I have, so I logged in quicker than you. I don't know why. Hopefully we can get on the way. Cameron has asked, do we start on the same tyres?
Well, obviously. You always do.
Yeah. Well, the countdown is going this time. 25 seconds. Hopefully everyone can get their setups in place.
Yeah. Wonder why this glitch suddenly came now.
It ain't connection or anything like that. I just think there's a problem in the server. Leon's readied, so it must be fixed.
No, it's not connection. I know
Yes,
it's a glitch.
Fixed. There we go.
Well, it definitely looks fixed at least.
Well, I can tell you there's already one problem, because the race already started. The formation, like when I switched it on, has turned itself off. Well, lights out.
Alright, well, that was a little surprising, and we did not really realize that, but the race has started then, and it is Jack taking an early lead ahead of Lee, going very wide.
Oh, and there's already yellows, both McLarens around, and both Toro Rossos around as well. As Nick is going to the Toro Rosso now, with him and what's Game Freak's name again?
Nino and Cameron is going side by side.
Oh, bit of contact there. It's unfortunate. Dino could have given him a tiny bit more room. As Nick's got a 10-second time penalty. What is Nick doing?
Catching up.
As Chaos has left the session, I think he's called it a day. That one, I think something's happened and he's not happy. It's unfortunate to see a driver go, unless it's a disconnect. Currently Jack's got a decent lead currently, over 8 tenths, as Mark is right behind Lee Kelly with almost 4 tenths. And Cameron's actually getting close to this battle as well.
Oh yeah, but look at this though, Mark is right on the tail of Lee Kelly.
This is where Lee struggles now. Mark's going to go and get him on the bus stop chicane, not waiting around. Into the inside.
He wants to get him as quick as possible.
Switch back. That's the switch, but now he's on the outside line, which is now not helped because now Cameron is getting involved.
But Mark is smart.
Cameron must be enjoying this
He
battle.
wants DRS down the straight now, I think. Well, it's not DRS yet.
Well, not DRS yet. Yeah. As he's already got the move done into the source. We see Cameron's right behind Lee, but Cameron's losing it on the straight line. He did tell me he was running a high downforce setup, so this is which he's lacking on.
Oh, and look at this. Lee is gonna come back
Lee
at Mark here on the straight.
Neck and neck, almost touching tyres.
Like Mark might be running less downforce than Lee, because Lee struggled to actually get past her. And
as Mark almost loses it. Cameron's being optimistic, going on the outside of Lee. Lee knows he's there. Lee has to know he's there. Cameron's now going to go on the inside. Oh, banging tyres almost. Great defending there from Lee Kelly. Great defending there. But this has actually helped Mark pull away a bit. Now Mark's objective now is to try and catch up with Jack. As his yellow's in sector 2.
Looking good already.
That's Brandon's round. Brandon is round. There was a bit of contact there. Gamer Freak is struggling right now actually. He's at about 8.4 seconds off the next car, and off the leader he is 20 seconds, so he's not doing the best right now.
Not right now, but he could turn around. In the meantime, look at Cameron on Lee.
Cameron is going inside, outside. Just trying to find a gap, and this is causing a huge battle though.
With this, you can see that
5
already. Marshall, Leon, and Jay is also in this battle.
Well, Jay started last, wasn't expected to be in the lobby, and these guys are going to be surprised as much, because now Jay's going to show his true pace.
Jay's on mediums though, so give him a few more laps before his tires is the best.
Jay's going to get a good run on Leon. Cameron and Lewis Marshall, geez, there's a battle for 3rd place currently. Mark's been caught up, so Mark must have made a mistake through a rouge. Oh, and there's a call out. Jay is gone round. Unfortunate there. Oh, and Tyler Rhodes almost gets collected by Jay. Oh, it's Tyler Rhodes and Nino Romanello battling.
And Nino and Tyler losing it a little on the exit there.
I believe that was a side pod there. Bit of contact with that, and that just almost spun the car. This Cameron's still battling for 3rd place, trying to get past Lee Kelly. He just doesn't have the legs on the straight line. right now as Lewis Marshall's just sitting back. But the downside is for Lee Kelly right now, he's now starting to get a bit of dirty air from Mark.
Well,
but the
that
drivers
dirty
behind
air
are going
will
to get
be
a worse
nothing
effect.
compared to the dirty air that these others are collecting behind him.
Well, especially Leon, as there's more yards in Sector 2. I believe that is CM3
Marshall's had
again.
a bad exit there, and Leon is getting close. He's gonna try it into the bus stop.
An ILRT driver versus an LR driver. Who's going to win? Thing is, Leon has to pick his battle. Yeah, Leon has to pick his battles right, because if he makes one mistake, he could go right in the back of Cameron. He's dropped back a tiny bit now.
Oh, and this is gonna be a
slipstream
party down the long Camel Straight now. And look at
Cameron. A bit of lag from Lee. Cameron is all over him, but yet again the straight line's just letting him down. And this is where Lewis Marshall now comes into play on Cameron, and this is not helping Leon, because now Lewis Marshall is getting DRS from Cameron.
Oh, and Cameron around the outside.
Cameron's on the outside. What a move! On attempt. Oh, but now Lewis Marshall's been optimistic.
Now he
almost
has
crashing.
Marshall. Oof, and Leon a little out in the gravel there.
Lee is just defending that line. Those tyres must not be feeling great right now. But Cameron is in the same boat, and so is Leon. The only person who isn't is Lewis Marshall right now, who's on a set in mediums.
When look at this true poo on, you can see that they get affected by the dirty air as Lee's gets a small gap there.
Well, actually, Lewis Marshall isn't on mediums. He's actually on softs, but it says he's on mediums. Bit of a bug there.
He's on softs.
Yeah, for me, he's on mediums. I apologise there, Lewis. As Cameron is staying with him. Surprisingly, with the high downforce levels he is running, he actually is staying with Lee on the straight. So Lee must not have the lowest downforce.
Well, you gotta remember that Lee doesn't get slipstream or DRS though. Oh, and it looks like Lee's tires might.
Oh, Cameron's got him.
Going a little.
Oh, late braking from Cameron. Oh, these two are scrapping. But hang on, look at Lewis Marshall.
Look at Marshall. Marshall is looking
feisty. Bad exit from Marshall though.
Marshall knows
is he gonna
that
go
he
for
should
dive
be
into
quicker
the
than the both
source?
of them.
No. Will we still sneak it on the inside to stop Lee trying to switch back? And Cameron's got past. Cameron has got past Lee.
Leon just have the best view for this as he is behind them all and just watching this unravel. Oh, but Leon is right on the tail of Marshall there. As Lee's already passed Cameron. What about Leon and Marshall? They're gonna go side by side.
Oh, a bit of contact.
A tiny bit of contact, but it's clean and it's a move done by Leon to get fifth.
Cameron is right behind Lee. He needs to get past him soon, because this isn't helping him. He's trying to catch up with Mark. Just unfortunately, this is kind of ruining his tyre strategy right now, because if the way it's going, it looks like he's struggling with his tyre wear, and you may have to pit within a few laps and may have to go hard tyres.
Well, if there is one of these four that does not struggle with dirty air now, it is Lee. It's the three behind him who are getting all the dirty air from Lee, and obviously who else is ahead of them.
Especially when Mark's got a gap of 1.7 seconds.
Oh, and look at this. Nick is right on the tail of Tyler Rhodes coming to Blanchimont.
So is Cameron. Cameron's on the move on Lee. Cameron, is he going to go for the inside? Same attempts of move, and he gets a lot further with the braking.
Outside of Blanchimont into
Nick's
the
fighting.
bus stop, and he gets the move done for 9th place.
It's a great move there from Nick, as Leon and Lee Kelly are battling out with the source. Lee has to give Leon a bit of space on track, but are they going to go side by side through a rouge?
Oh, side by side into a rouge.
Yes, they are.
Nobody's backing out, and they hold it. And what a move by
Move from Leon. Bet Leon's heart is pumping, but Lee's got it, trying to get him back on the straight. Is Lee going to go for a dive? But he can. Oh yes, he is. A bit of contact
and
there.
There is a touch, and not a good move there by Lee. It did not really work out for him. And
Lee's lost
and that
it!
is
Lee is in the wall.
He
Lee
hits
needs to get out of
gravel.
people's way. Yep. Oh, is he going to get in people's way? He's kind of in people's way. Oh, not the best rejoin there from Lee Kelly. As we can see, Nino Romanella's in 6th, lost a lot of time to Lewis Marshall. But the gap is over, well, 2.9 seconds.
Look at this. Cameron seems to be starting to catch a little on mark now, or he might actually be losing time. Yeah, he is losing time. Might have bad there.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's
looked at the wrong timing first. But look at this though.
The thing is now though, Liam and
seems
Lewis.
like Lee was kind of holding them all back because there is starting to form bigger gaps between them all, and the pace is going quicker now. So
yeah, but Leon, I believe Leon now will catch up with Cameron because now
and look at
I believe Leon's got lower downforce.
Tyler Rhodes into the bus stop.
Chicane.
But it's not
Try to turn gets a better exit than Tyler Rhodes though. Oh no, Tyler Rhodes gets a better exit there from Brandon.
Much better exit. Oh, but look at this going into Eau Rouge. Marshall is not far behind Leon, only 4/10. And as they go through Eau Rouge, I just have to mention it. What a brilliant move we got to see from Leon on Lee there.
Yeah, I've got to agree with that, but right now we're looking at Brandon and Tyler Rhodes. Brandon is on the inside of Tyler Rhodes. Had a great exit out of Rouge in the inside, but no, actually, has he got the move? No, Tyler Rhodes defends quite well on the outside. Lee Kelly's starting to claw back a little bit on Brandon. As Leon is right behind Cameron right now, but currently the gap between Cameron and Mark is 1.7 seconds. As Lewis Marshall has lagged out the session, hopefully he can get back.
Up a little. And well,
it was over 2.
I will assume that is Marshall lagging out. I don't think he would have left in the middle of that battle.
Unless Mark is trying to help Leon out, because we know these two are great friends and possible teammates in F1 right now, but I don't know. Because currently Mark is getting caught quite quickly from Cameron.
Marshall is back and, well, he's lost a little time, but he hasn't lost that much, so...
Has he got back in his car? No, not yet.
Not yet.
He's get back in his car
probably getting back into it right now.
As Leon is right on the back of Cameron right now, but this is what ruins high downforce, because you're just going to have no straight line speed. Oh, and Cameron's lost it almost.
Oh,
Cameron takes
that
his
should be
skate
an
road.
easy move for Leon now.
Those tyres are dead.
Well, we're on lap 8 and they are on soft tires, so there should not be much left in these tires now.
Yeah, lap 8, lap 10 is when you can pit for mediums to the end. It's risky to really pit on lap 8 because you could get a punch near the end, but...
Oh, and look at this. Jay is getting really close to Nino now.
I've got to say though, Nino's handling the new pressure quite well.
And Jay's on the medium tires, so his tires should be the better ones to be on right now.
Currently, the gap between him and the leader is currently 12.7 seconds. So, if Jack stays out in another 2 laps and his softs are starting to degrade more, I believe Jay could close the gap between 9 to 8 seconds to the leader right now. And then he needs to push those mediums if he wants a chance to have a battle near the end with the leader of Jack. Yeah. We'll have to wait and see as Lewis Marshall is back in his car. As Tyler Rhodes is... Oh, God, we've got a 3-way battle here for P8. Tyler Rhodes, Brandon, and Nick. Oh, almost. They were going 3 wide at one stage.
Brandon on Tyler, and Nick jumps into the pit. Same does Jack, Mark, and Marshall. So it's
Jay
obvious
is
that
53.
many people are starting to struggle with their tires now.
As Jack just comes out right behind his teammate Brandon. This isn't good for Jack. Jack needs clean
but
air.
First on to the camel straight is Leon and Cameron, but it doesn't look like Cameron is catching much, and he will not be able to make a move. What about Brandon though? He's right on the tail of Tyler. Tyler tries to go a little defensive, a little wheel banging there, but this should be a move done by Brandon and up to 4th.
Don't know if we saw
Tyler,
it there, but in my eyes, Brandon was making a little bit of a mistake there.
It could be.
Brandon's
Tyler's trying to hang it around the outside.
Oh, Tyler's round.
Oh, and Tyler is round, and Jack manages to squeeze past.
I think that was just where you touched the rear tyre and you lost it. I could have been wrong. In my opinion, Brandon could have given him a bit more room on a few of those corners. Because he was squeezing him to the curb, but his tyres must be dead.
Spins in Puan. I did see... Oh, and I see a Red Bull of Nino going very wide in Puan. Jumping around there.
Yeah, just letting you know, I think some of the settings have like reset because ghosting was off as well. Just unfortunate.
Could be, well...
as Cameron and Leon do pit, as Cameron
now,
gets caught up.
Look at Jack around the outside of Bran as Bran dives into the pit.
Yeah, those tyres are dead now. This is what Jack needs. Jack now can slowly catch up with Jay. Jay won't need a pit probably till lap 14 or 15.
Something around there.
As Leon is now starting to come out, but Cameron was quite close. He's lost a bit of time in the pits. Now this is crucial. Lewis Marshall.
And look at this. Mark is coming out right behind Leon and right ahead of Cameron. So there is yet another three-way battle about to happen. If
Mark's tyres will be a lot more warmed up than Leon's. And he's already got DRS, but Mark's almost out of DRS. As Mark's already gone on the inside of Leon and makes the move quite easily there.
Move done by one Haas driver on another. Fortunately, these two manages to do it without hitting each other. Like a few certain real life Magnussen and Grosjean.
Yeah. It's going to be Lewis Marshall is lost the time with a bit of time with his disconnect, but I believe he'll slowly catch up again with Cameron.
Nick is also right on the tail of Brandon Glover right now.
Yeah, he was fighting with him and Tyler Rhodes when they were going 3 wide. Since Tyler's spun, he's lost a lot of time, which is really unfortunate. And actually, he's on a set of soft tyres.
Certainly is. Ooh, he's doing... Oh no, he's
Maybe
not gonna... He's gonna try to stretch them to the end.
Didn't he start on soft tyres though?
No, he started on mediums. Oh, but look at this though. Leon is still right behind Mark, and he will have DRS on the last lap, and we can see that Cameron is almost within DRS
Cameron is in DRS range. Now, if these two keep scrapping, yeah, Leon's had a bad exit and compared to Mark. And lost it more time to Cameron.
Oh, and it is a three-way battle again between the two Haases and one of the Renaults.
Leon gets a better exit up through Rouge, already on the back of Mark, going on the outside this time. And easily gets past him on the straight. As the AI of Chaos is now pitted.
Oh, what about Nick on Brandon? Nick is still behind.
Looks like Nick's actually closing on Brandon even more through the corners.
No, could be set up. Jack though, he's only 4.5 seconds behind Jay already. Obviously, Jay will be on the quicker tire at the end, but I do not see anyone catching Jack as it is right now.
Well, anything's possible, but currently the gap is 4.3 seconds.
Well, it
so
is, and Mark is getting close to Leon again. Will we see a move into the bus stop? There is no crazy dive bombs here, as they're
But look at Cameron, look how close he's caught up.
And Cameron, but he has a bad exit. He sacrificed this exit.
He sets the fastest lap, 146.6. New fastest lap, not from Jack or anybody like that. Cameron's now set the fastest lap, so this is interesting, but he's getting bad exits, which is not helping him. But Mark's getting great exits, same as Leon. Leon struggles to get a nice exit out of Rouge, and this is where Mark's going to be in his territory. Straight line, but he's almost completely IBRS. This is in sector 1.
Leon and Mark going side by side, or will Mark will stay behind for now? What about
Leon again? Oh, hang on. Mark almost went for a dive on Leon because Leon's had a big lock up. Almost opens the door for Mark to go on the inside. But Leon defends that line, and Cameron has cut up a lot. Got a miles better exit than Mark. But no, unfortunately, no attempts of making a move currently right now.
Well, I don't know if that is unfortunately. That would have been a bit crazy of a move if he went for it there.
He's losing a tiny bit of time, but that might be because of a bit of dirty air.
What about Nick? Nick is still stuck behind Brandon without getting past.
As Tyler Rhodes has got past Lee Kelly, but that's because Lee Kelly did spin and he's probably trying to cool off his tyres.
Marshall still around the same amount of time.
Lee's gone around again.
No. It's unfortunate. Marshall though, well, Marshall is actually catching up a little to these drivers ahead of him now.
So is Nino Romanello, actually. Looks like Nino looks like he's catching up with Lewis Marshall. Now will Mark get a better exit than Leon? I think they have the same equal exit, but he's still gaining because of Slipstream and DRS. Is Mark going to go on the inside?
Mark on Leon, round 2, and it goes to Mark this time. Nick seems like he's still stuck behind Brandon. Oh, as Nick has a big lock up there. Nick is one of the no assist drivers, so there is no line and no braking assist or anything. So
I've noticed though from Nick, he's lifting off. Before, I don't know what the corner's called. I think it's turn 8, I believe, turn 8 or turn 9. One of the left-hand corners. He's lifting off, which is losing him a bit of time. But when I'm watching Brandon through that corner, he's not. Brandon's going full throttle.
Well, I don't know if could be down to setup, but look at this though. Leon is right on the back of Mark, and it looked like he was wanted to go for a move there, but he stays behind for now.
Pits. As Nino is in DRS range with Lewis Marshall. The thing is that Jay is going to get in this fight very soon because he is on soft tyres.
Oh, and I believe no, that was Marshall, not Jay.
Because Jay is just only just behind Nino, so Jay's cut up a lot on this long stint.
Oh, and look at Leon this now. Look at Leon. Leon is right behind Mark. He's gonna go for the inside line. Will Mark fight back? I'm getting a horrible camera angle for a moment there, but it is Leon ahead of Mark then. And Nino's actually gotten past Marshall. And Jay is right on the tail of Lewis now.
Oh, Morgulis in 6-1. Is that Lee Kelly? No, it isn't. It's Tyler Rhodes. Tyler Rhodes has lost it up to Rouge.
Oh, that is a shame, but it happens.
Because Cameron is right behind Mark now. Cameron's better saving his ERS, as Tyler's also called it a day.
I will have to say right now the most interesting is Jay on the back of Marshall. Marshall has a bad exit there. Jay is right on his tail. He's on the quicker tire. He's gonna push it around the outside and plunge him on. What a move there.
Lewis Marshall isn't giving up though. He's still in his slipstream. Doesn't go for the outside attempt because Jay closes the door. But Mark's had a great exit, but so has Leon at the exit compared to Cameron again. Cameron's struggling on the exit.
And look at this, 2 3-way battles.
Very soon Jay will be in that battle and Jay will get past him quite easily.
Well, you know, Jay might actually